and welcome back to my desk. It's been a little while, it's been a funny sort of year. I thought I might do a no buy 2020. Post has been severely delayed from the East in particular, so some of my subscription boxes have been either highly delayed or not getting through. But we're back to normal now, and we are going to start off with an R.atelier unboxing for July and August. I signed up in time for the August box and asked Rosie to backdate my subscription to the July box, and so she has sent them both together. And as you will see, she has been very good to mark up the items within the one box with whether they are from the July or August subscription. Now, I'm actually not sure if this is the cover for the July box, but let's pretend that it is. And as always, a selection of stamps that you will receive within the box have been applied to some handmade paper. And this is the first time I've received dark paper, and it's stunning. And then a little sticker, which is a personalized nameplate on the front of the box, as well as the R.atelier stamp. So let's get straight into it, and as always, apologies for any rustling and or shininess on the camera. So as I said, everything marked up with the month that it belongs to. Quick rustly packaging moment. And as I say, the stamps that you received are illustrated on the front of the box, and some paper ephemera. Some facsimiles of some letters there, quite lovely. And I just want to hold this in a way that it doesn't shine. So these are the stamps. The detail on these are quite exquisite, and this time we have an insect and a dragonfly and a beetle here in the corner. Not quite sure what some of these is. It's always delightful in these is that she sends everything in these really little cute envelopes, either parchment or this separate little brown envelope, which always has a theme to it. So let's see. Oh, here we go. I always manage to take everything out upside down. So some cats. And I know somebody who'll like those, although I may keep the ones with the ferns, as Rosie no doubt knows. So with my subscription boxes, I often give away a lot of the elements that I receive. Anything that's not quite my aesthetic, but is certainly the aesthetic of friends and family, I give those items away. You get 2 envelopes of ephemera every month. And these boxes, notwithstanding I have of course signed up late to the July box, always come with a calendar, and it always arrives in plenty of time for it to use the calendar for the next month. So the July box has August calendar, and the August box will have a September calendar. And as I say, the August one has arrived in plenty of time to use the September calendar that will come with it. Here we have some stylized deer, very sweet, little notepad. Not that you could use it as a notepad, it's too dark. And then, as I say, a selection of paper ephemera, which are always quite delightful. Some of them in quite heavy card. Don't know if you can see that. Little cat. And this is a little envelope, which is very sweet. And then some papers, some handmade papers. And then various designs. Let's get the other envelope opened. I'm using a blade. I do like to keep some of these envelopes, and occasionally I do try to retain the sticker, but sometimes that can rip the parchment paper. And again, apologies for all the noise. I do like to do these as unboxings. It makes it a little fiddly to do on camera, but by the same token, you do get my immediate reaction, and also you get to see the things as they are packaged up, which is always very special from R.atelier. These are stunning, and I know somebody who is going to be calling to my door practically to get those butterfly, and I believe these are stickers. The texture would indicate that those are stickers. So yes, indeed, one of my family members very much into her butterflies. In fact, 3 of them are, so there might be a little bit of fight in hand. So this is some of the smaller ephemera. Many of these items are sticker. We have a little giraffe there. Some mushrooms, which is a sticker, which is fabulous. I have a very limited aesthetic insofar as it tends towards the vintage, but it tends towards plants and items such as that key there, rather than people. I don't understand those little stickers with people on them. Doesn't really float my boat. But I do like all of these sorts of items. Not mad on things like tickets and that sort of thing, but there's always a lovely mix in these boxes which is why they're well worth getting. You're never stuck with a bunch of sort of, as I say, people-centric or indeed traditional ephemera. Goodness me. Oh, and these are always wonderful. These are little parchment. So they're not stickers, but the designs in them are always exquisite. I've got that one backwards, which is my... No, I'm not sure what way I have that. Which is my want. I always seem to pick up these things backwards. These ones I don't always fully understand. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to stick them down. They're simply pieces of, I suppose you describe it as vinyl. They tend not to be stickers. And I'm not sure how you're supposed to apply them, because I do find that with most glues, the glue sort of shows through those sorts of items. In the boxes as well, you'll always get some washi tape and an ink stamp or two. So it might be 2 washi tapes and an ink stamp, or 2 ink stamps and a washi tape, as it is here. And as I said, as you can see, the July item marked with the fact that it come from the July box, a detail which just is absolutely fabulous. Let's do a bit of ripping. Lovely, very satisfying sound. And here we have a washi tape that appears to be cats. And again, your cat friends won't always like cat things, but this one might be an exception. So it seems to be little cats, and then of course there's a space for writing on each of these. So that's lovely. Now we will need the blade for one of our July stamps, and this looks like a nice, oh my goodness, I'm making a hames of this. But I don't want to accidentally cut the rubber of the stamp itself. Let's just do it fast and noisy. Lovely. So the design we have here is a little stem with some flowers or berries on it, and the detail on these is always excellent. There's always a very sharp picture to these, I have found. And the next one, again, we'll do it noisy and messy. And again, July on that, so I know it's, oh dear, and I cut that on the thing, which is not the brightest, because of course it might damage the actual rubber stamp. Okay, this is one of these ones with a writing, but that one is very useful insofar as it is simply a space that you can fill in something, and it doesn't really matter what the writing says on top or indeed to the side, although that seems to say to and from, which is quite useful. Again, generally speaking, I don't have a huge amount of use for stamps that have writing on them that is in essence meaningless. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually not sure which box, you know, obviously the ink came with, but a lovely colour. Seems to be a sort of a dusky blue in there, so that's wonderful. So let's drag down what is the August box. And again, we have the stamps that will come with the box. And in this case, we have Notre Dame. As I say, I personally won't have a huge amount of use for these type of stamps that have handwriting on them. I'm not a scrapbooker or a junk journaler in that sense, but I know somebody who will really love to have this stamp set, so I will set it aside for her because she has a small obsession with Notre Dame. Notwithstanding, this is looking very interesting, but I think this is my separate stamp, so I'll get to keep that myself. And this month's personalised sticker is extremely interesting. Can't quite tell what the motifs are. Seems to be stylized sort of beasts and birds, which of course fits in with the Notre Dame theme very well with that gothic sort of motifs. So set that to one side, and luckily you can't see the mess that exists to one side. And we will take one of these envelopes first, and I'm just going to set these envelopes back because they might create a shine. So again, a little bit of noise. Oh no, the sticker had lifted. That's unusual, but it's great because it means there's no chance of me, famous last words, tearing the envelope. And here we have the mix of ephemera, little tags and cards. Here we have the September calendar, and these make wonderful bookmarks when you're done with them. This is a little pad, and again, sorry, the writing is so minimal that, you know, you can certainly use that as like a notepad. And then some of these parchment stickers. Again, some of these I do use, but others I don't have a huge amount of use for. So personally, this type of thing, although of great interest to other people, it is not within my aesthetic. But we have a mushroom postcard, which makes up for everything. Lovely. And then some nice, upside down, just paper ephemera there. And you can see you could include some writing in there, and some, again, some papers, some lovely handmade paper there. That's quite lovely. And these are undoubtedly upside down. And some French scenes. So let's put these to one side. Try not to let them all fall on the floor. Goodness me. Really need to find a more ladylike way of managing all of this. Try not to slip myself open while slitting open the envelope. And again, some of the smaller ephemera in this. And it's funny because sometimes the format that something comes in can reconcile me to it. So I do love anything that's like a postage stamp. These are all quite lovely. These appear to be stickers, and if not, easily stuck down with a glue pen or some dispensable glue. These ones are shaped like little jigsaw pieces. How cute is that? And then it's funny, I don't have much use for handwriting, but anything related to the post, obsessed. Love post, which probably explains why I get so many parcels. And then here, these are supposed to be the edges of books, which is lovely. And then another botanical print, love a botanical print, and another one. And these are large format stickers, about 6 by 4, 6 inches by 4 inches. So some lovely ephemera there, and always some little number cards and that sort of thing. So that's lovely. I'll just slide those to the side in as delicate a manner as I can. So let's have a look at August's washi tape. Oh, 2. This one, again, just seems like stylized with pieces of writing on it. Yep, very nice. Oh, now look at this one. It says page. I can't see that it says anything else. It does seem to say page, which I like a lot. So that's nice and narrow. I will get good use out of that one. So again, and there is the stamp that featured on the front cover, and I shall give that one away to a friend. And then 2 larger pieces of ephemera, again, the sort of fake letter, and I do sometimes amuse myself by trying to read these, although I can see that at least one of these is in French. I'm not sure what this language is. Sometimes it's just difficult to read the handwriting and it transpires to be English, but I'm not sure what those are. There was another little envelope, again marked with August, so let's see what's in here. This seems to be a substitute for the smaller brown envelope that usually comes. Oh, these are lovely. Oh, they're very interesting. Oh, maybe I'll keep that. Maybe my friend won't get that one. Design presumably from Notre Dame, and a map of the city and the gargoyles looking out over the city. Now that is nice. That's very, very nice. These are card, so you'd have to glue those down. I think there's just the 3. Yeah. So they're quite lovely. And then the last stamp, which was the one that I was admiring, which was kind of underneath the nameplate, or rather underneath the R.atelier. So let's see what the design on this is. Yep, some boxes. Could use it as a sort of a habit tracker. Regardless of the little motifs in the middle, I think you could very successfully use that as a habit tracker. Lovely. So once more, delighted with the boxes from R.atelier. Very glad that I signed up again for another 6 months. Ships from China, ships in a very speedy fashion, all things considered. I mean, we are getting something from the other side of the globe. So, and always exciting to open. So I will see you in the next one, and I will try to stop saying so in all of my videos. Bye now.